All right, guys, welcome to Investor Stack Podcast. We got my good friend Eric Bryant in the house today. Eric, he's a part of our mastermind, Beat the Sun Up Mastermind. We talk on a weekly basis, just sharpening the saw, really trying to level up one another. If I have a question, I'll run to Eric, and
so on. Yeah,
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
But bro, honored to have you here today,
Hey, man.
bro.
Pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for having me. Very honored. Very honored, man. Appreciate it.
Been a long time coming, bro. We've been chatting for a minute.
Yeah. I was excited to come here, man.
Yeah,
excited.
So Easy's out of ATL. He was born in England, of all places, right?
British,
I learned that earlier today. But grew up in VA, grew up in Virginia. I'll let you dive into your story and kind of how that got started in a minute. But what really inspired the move from picking up your life, moving from Virginia out to ATL? Was it inspired by real estate?
Yeah, so, real estate did have a key in that, but, I didn't want to say, like, hey, I've been in Virginia my whole life. I didn't want to be that person, like, hey, I've been here my whole life, I've never moved, I've never experienced anything else. I think life is about experiences, and you got to just try out certain experiences to see how you like them.
Straight up.
Right? And so I said, hey, I was either going to move to Dallas or Atlanta. I went to Dallas. It was just too big for me.
Yeah.
And I went to Atlanta. I had family here, and it was also closer to home, too. And it just kind of worked out. So, I decided to move to Atlanta.
And you got a mix of, like, the southern hospitality mixed with big city vibes. You got kind of the best of both worlds, right?
Best of both worlds, and you got great food in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So, you can't beat that.
Love it, man.
Can't beat that.
And you got Braves baseball. You got Atlanta Hawks.
Shout out to the Braves. Just won the World Series. Yeah,
you guys are doing
That was crazy. Yeah, I got the Hawks. Got all the major league teams there. Yeah. So it's a great time, man.
You're living it, bro. You're doing the whole bachelor thing too.
Yeah, it's life was good. Life was good in Atlanta.
Yeah,
it's good, man. I can't complain. It's real good, man. I enjoy myself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Major hub. You flying. Atlanta's biggest airport. Out there, you fly anywhere, so I'm always on the road traveling. So
yeah,
I love it, man. Love it.
Yeah, Atlanta's got a cool feel, man. Just walking through the city, it's like big skyscrapers built on top of little like bridge. Like, man, it's so intricately designed, especially when you get in like the Buckhead area, bro. Like, sick, bro. I walk through there just jaw dropping, bro. Checking out these city blocks. It's cool.
Yeah, that's nice area, man. I love it and enjoy it.
That's what's up, man. Let's talk about your journey into real estate. Like, where did it start?
So I think it was about like 2018. I had bought my first rental property, which is horrific story, man. It's terrible. So yeah, 2018, I had bought my first rental. I used to hang out with this guy because I used to sell cars. His name was Reg. Shout out Reg. He was a realtor. He would say, hey, young brother, you need to buy yourself some property, man. You need to get out there. You need to own you some homes, get into real estate. Real estate's where the most, millionaires are made. And so I started doing a little bit digging into real estate. And I said, it's maybe something I could do. And so from there, I bought a duplex, which was like the worst experience. Going to kind of sent me some years back, but I was connected with this contract that's supposed to be my first mentor, right? But some things went wrong. He stole a bunch of money from me, put me in a whole bad. Ended up staying with my parents for a while. Really didn't like during that whole thing. There was a point in time where I had like literally like $50 in my bank account.
Dang.
Yeah. So what I had got out of that, thank God. And I finished what I started. Finished the project, got both units rented out, and finally got them coming in, bringing in cash flowing. My mortgage was like $650, and I was renting each unit for about $750 a pop. So the cash flow wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Cash flow wasn't bad once it was finished, but it just kind of left me in the hole, And so from then on, I was like, okay, this residual is really nice, but there's got to be an easier way to do this, right? There's gotta be an easier way to
Straight
do
up.
this. And so I was listening to my rental. I was always listening to real estate podcasts. I came across this thing called wholesaling. And I was like, oh, this sounds like something I could do. And that's how I discovered wholesaling. And then 2019, I started wholesaling. Going from there, man.
So early stages of you finding out about wholesaling, right? Light bulb moment. Whoa, you can what? You can get into real estate without a whole lot of money, credit, any of this stuff. Did you stumble into real estate Roundup? What got you plugged in with Brent and Adam's network when they had their education going?
Right. So actually, it was a podcast. It was a Max Maxwell podcast. You know, everybody in real estate wholesale knows Max Maxwell. So it was a Max Maxwell podcast, and I see this guy with this cowboy hat on, and he has no internet. Shout out to my man AJ. No internet. And Brent. Shout out to my man Brent. And he's telling the story of like how he's doing like 40 or 50 deals a year, and he doesn't even have internet. And I'm like, man, if he can do this, I can definitely do this because I got internet. you know, so I found out about them. You know, they gave me like the foundation, the building blocks to do wholesaling, and I think that's very important. Like that mentorship, that coaching. When it comes to anything that you want to get, you got to have a coach, you got to have a mentor, you got to have masterminds, just so you can just be dive into that knowledge and that community, 100%. Right? And so that put me on a fast track, a fast track than everybody else, because nobody else was willing to bet on themselves, right? I was willing to do that. I actually went into debt to do that. For those, you know, people are scared because those training programs cost, and you don't know if they're going to work out, right? I had to go get a loan just to get into that.
Damn.
Yeah, I put it all on myself because I had just finished my rental. I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
I went to the bank. I said, hey, I need a loan, right? I got a loan.
At least you had credit.
I had credit, right?
Yeah.
So I got a loan when I joined the program, and I was like, I'm invested in myself. I got to get it back.
Yeah.
You got to get it back. So I bet it all on myself. I had it back against the wall. I was like, this is going to work. I have no choice.
That's amazing, bro. Looking back, right?
Yeah.
Looking back to that decision, probably one of the most paramount decisions in your whole life, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. It was scary, man.
Yeah.
It was really scary. Like, when you're doing those, it's something different. It's something that's out of your comfort zone. And so when you're doing things out of your, it's not comfortable. You're doing things out of your comfort zone. It's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen if I do this. Fear of the unknown, right? Fear of the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. So you just kind of got to trust God, man, and take that leap. Try something different.
That's where the growth happens,
right?
Great things happen at the edge of your comfort zone. Very cliche saying, being in the entrepreneur space, we hear that every day, right?
Yeah.
Great things happen at the edge of your comfort zone. But that is truth, man. Like that's a principle that you can pin on the board and live your life by, right?
Absolutely.
Like if you're not constantly challenging yourself, pushing yourself to the edge of that comfort, then you're never going to truly grow into your greatest self.
Exactly.
Right? That's where the growth happens. It's like learning how to fail.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like the opposite of what the world and society tells us we should do.
Exactly.
Right? Don't fail. Don't make choices that are going to put your life at risk or in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pull out loans that you can't afford to pay back.
Exactly.
But dude, bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself, man. Nobody else is going to do it. You be the hero of your own story.
Sick.
Nobody else is going to save you but you. Be the hero of your own story. So
go all in, bro.
I had to go all in. And I've been living by that ever since.
So let's fast forward a little bit, right? That was 2018.
Yeah, going into 2019, right? Yeah.
You got plugged in with Shooter McClan.
My man, shout out Andrew, aka Dispo Guy.
Yeah, got plugged in with the network. Let's fast forward the tape a little bit. What happened in that progression, and where are you at today? What does your business look like? What does your lifestyle look like?
So, I'll be clear. Like, it took me 8 months to get my first deal in there. So although I did pay for the program, you still got to put the work behind it, right? And it's still a lot. It's a completely different. It's like just starting a new job. You got to get used to it.
Yeah.
Except you're your own boss, and you got to figure out all the systems behind it and all the processes in between, right? And so it took me 8 months to get that first deal. My first deal was off Paris Street. It was 43 Paris Street in Newport News. And it was weird, right? At first nobody wanted this deal because Paris Street, it's on the edge of the Newport News area, which a lot of people didn't like that certain zip code. But on the other side, literally on the other side of the street where the yellow line was this Hampton area, which everybody liked, that particular zip code of Hampton. So, I first shot that deal. I didn't think a lot of people liked it, and then I started getting offers on it, right? And I finished that deal. I lost a bunch of money on that deal too. Like I think I only made like $3,000 and some change, and then I sold it for I think it was like $57,000. I only made $3,000 and some change. And the guy, I looked when he was done. He sold this property. Property was probably like $60,000 work. He sold his property for $250,000. So I'm like, dang, he got a good deal from me. Like it's a smoking deal. So I learned my lesson. Hey, check and make sure you're selling this for the right price.
Yeah.
Right? And stand on your numbers. Again, I made a mistake. I was happy, but I was like, dang, I lost out on a lot of money. It's gonna be a lot more money here. So, I got that, and then after that deal, like 4 more deals followed behind it. So it's like the domino effect. So by October or November, I had done like 10 deals my first year. So I was feeling really good, okay, I'm getting, some progress. I know how to do it. I know what I'm doing. Now I'm trying to scale it. And then boom, COVID hits. 2020? COVID hits. Shuts everything down. All
stock market tanks.
Stops. Everything tanks. Businesses stop. Everybody's not doing anything, and everything just stopped. Everybody knows it. So 2020 hits. I cut off my marketing completely. I'm like completely depressed because I'm like I just had all these deals going, and now I'm stopping.
What made you decide to cut your marketing?
Just hearing
playing it safe.
Everybody else was like, "Hey, we're stopping, trying to see what's going on." Excuse me, and just playing it safe, man. And after that, I met up. Ironically, Andrew's in this story again with a good buddy of mine, Mikey.
Yeah.
Mike Fernandez, and he was like, why aren't you guys marketing? Like, we just closed on like 3 or 4 deals, and we're all I was like, you still doing deals during COVID? It's like, yeah. So we just turned it right back on, started ramping it right back up, man, and then got some traction from there. So at this point, like, I'm starting to grow a team. I hired my first virtual assistant, and it's just me and him. He's doing the leads, I'm doing the acquisition. And then I just hired a couple more a couple more callers. And then just fast forward today, I think I have like about 6 or 7 people calling for me right now. I have a transaction manager, I have 2 acquisition agents.
Sick.
So, that's been the journey pretty much. That sums it up, man. A lot of bumps in the road, a lot of failures. A lot of stuff that could put you down. Like I was just reading one of my posts a while back. I was just like in a very, very depressed state at one point. Like, I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah.
And then like that following couple weeks later, I had closed like $40,000 in assignments. So it's just like at the edge where you think it's all going to like fall off, some miracle happens.
Yeah.
And it just pushes you to the next level. Now you got stuff rolling again, man. It's crazy how that stuff works.
It's the weirdest thing, bro. It's almost like God, the universe will conspire against you in some cases, right? To test you and see if your vision is sound, if it's pure, right? Like, boom, you get all these deals lined up, and then all of a sudden, title issues, seller walks, like all these deals crumble in front of your face. You're building momentum, then you're right at that breakthrough season. And I feel like it never ceases, bro. Like every freaking time you hit that ceiling, boom.
Yeah.
Right? It's like it tests your perseverance to make sure that you're really committed.
Solid. Yeah. Make sure you're solid, man. So, I mean, at the end, it's like I wanted to quit, but every time I wanted to quit, I was like, what else are you going to do? Like, you applied to every job, and they all told you no. So you really have no other choice. And I was like, I'm daggone sure not going back to selling cars.
Yeah.
Like, that's dead. I work myself those 12, 14-hour shifts before I go back and do that. So it's like I didn't have any other choice.
Straight up.
Just got to keep moving forward.
What would you say your superpower is?
At this time, I would say like my superpower is listening to a call and breaking it down. And this is a recent superpower, right? Now I've gotten acquisition people under me, right? I've learned how to listen to the calls, hear the tonalities in sellers' voices to see where that call went shaky at, or where we could have made some improvements at. And so I've learned how to do that and train my team, actually role play it like how we should have said it, right? So the next time that comes up, we know how to handle it, right? So that would be I'm like the new superhero.
Yeah.
That's my new power that I would say my superpowers are. Just learning, listening to the call and knowing how to break it down and knowing how to critique it, so for the next time that they encounter an objection like that, they know how to handle it.
And that's coming from a leadership perspective, right?
Right.
As opposed to having yourself in that driver's seat where you're facilitating the calls, you're building rapport with the sellers, walking them through your sales process and closing them. You're now looking at that from a bird's eye view, right? As the team leader, as the owner, the CEO of the business, and you're taking the skill set that you have to cast that vision and empower your team.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And that was my goal from the jump. I tell everybody that I work, even from my callers to my acquisition agents. I don't even say my acquisition, they're just my team. They're not my team, but they're our team.
Yeah.
Because I say, hey, this is just not my business. It's our business. You guys just have a part ownership in this business just like me. So I was like, they don't have to call me boss or anything like that.
Yeah.
We're all one team, right? But I forgot where I was going with it. But yeah, I train a man, and so what I've been able to do with that is break that down to them. So hey, once we listen to that call, right, I can tell like, hey, you shouldn't have said that. You need to you should have said something else, or it should have been said that way. I can hear the stress in the seller's tonality about that, right? So I'm able to break pretty much any and every call down. So the next call that they have, they're going to lock up that contract, and it's crazy, right? So when they go and they lock up that contract, it's like, hey, it worked like a charm, and they're hyped. They're celebrating, hype, got the contract, payday.
Yeah.
So we said that. We just do it, man. We do it.
So would you say you guys run at a high level of expectations and accountability?
Oh yeah.
Like there's grace. Of course there's grace. We're all human beings. We're going to make mistakes, right? But you're setting the bar high for your closers, for your acquisitions team. Like this is what's expected. We're going to go back and evaluate your calls. Mm-hmm. We're going to track your process and figure out how to make you more efficient, right?
Exactly.
Sick.
That's it, man. That's it. We train them. We evaluate the calls, break it down. So next time we run into that, there's no excuses why they shouldn't be able to overcome that objection.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Constant, never-ending improvement.
Absolutely.
Right?
Always changing. Always transforming. Always getting better. Like Kobe.
Yeah.
Always practicing.
Mamba
mentality.
Mm-hmm.
We're closers. I tell them, you treat your sales like a sport. Right? You should be going home, you should be practicing, you should be looking at your tape, which is your phone calls, listen to your tape, seeing where you went wrong. You do that, you'll be a killer.
Yeah.
Sniper on the phone.
Let's go over some acquisition strategies, right? Let's touch on, to start out with, let's talk about seller psychology.
Mm-hmm.
What is your strategy or your approach in building instant rapport with the sellers when you first have them on the phone? Or in this case, when your sales team has them on the phone.
Right. First thing, you want to make sure your intro is right, because the first 10 seconds are everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ben, my name's Eric. I'm acquisition agent for Cash Homes. Information was sent to me by John, our caller. How are you doing today? Right? Start with the introduction. Right? And then once you introduce, you just let them know how it costs. Hey, I just got a few questions to ask you, just reconfirm so we can make sure we get you the most amount of money for your property. Right, so I'm already setting that. I'm setting the expectation. I'm setting the field up to play, right? And then I'm asking them those questions, all the questions that we have. We have like a script of questions which we ask them. And in between those questions, there's places for you to build rapport, right? So, for example, it could be a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, right? And he might have used to live in there. I say, hey, Ben, did you used to live in the property? Right? He said, yeah. Hey, sounds like you got a big family. How big's your family? Right? Because it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. You got to assume he has a big family.
Right.
Dog. So right off that, there's certain things in that conversation that you can build rapport off. Like you talk about your kids. He might have a dog. You can talk about your dog. You find places in your script to build rapport, so the seller will like you more. Because people only do business with people they like.
Right.
Right.
So you're grabbing little nuggets, right? Little nuggets out of the conversation that you're storing up here and waiting for the opportune time to drop that in, right? Like, so introduction, talk, you're trying to get to know this person to the best that you can.
Exactly.
Going through your script and your process, but you're pulling out those gems that you can use, right, to build rapport.
Exactly.
And like you said, people do business with people that they trust.
They trust and they like.
And they trust people that are similar and like them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you mirror their personality? How do you mirror their tonality, right?
Right. Exactly. So, with us, we like to find some sort of commonality, right? Maybe it's a place where they live. Maybe it's a place sports. Maybe it's their kids. Maybe it's where they work, right? We try and find some sort of commonality within that conversation. So we're always reaching for stuff. We're always asking questions. Hey, where do you work? You know, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for work? Right? He might say, hey, I work in this, like we do in Marketing, Virginia, and I work in this shipyard. Oh, that's funny. My dad used to work in this shipyard. Or if they're past military, oh, I'm a military brat. You know, what branch were you?
Yeah.
And then, try and guess, right? Hey, were you Navy? Yep, I can tell. You can see the commonality. Like, hey, I'm a military brat. I can tell that you were past Navy because I'm military brat in the way that you're talking. Right, so right there we're vibing. Yeah. You were Navy, my dad was Navy. My dad was actually Air Force, but we're vibing. We're finding that common ground, right? And then I train them also to mimic like their rate of speech. So if I have an older person, right, and they're talking slow like this and they're talking calm like this, you shouldn't be talking fast like this and trying to
intimidate them, right?
Yeah, intimidate them, right? You want to mirror them. You want to talk slow. You want to take your time. Maybe a lighter tone, so you can make them feel comfortable. So we're doing that. We're mirroring them. Just a lot of other. I can go on for days about this. Seller psychology, mirroring, rate of speech, tonality, certain trigger words form. Using whatever their lingo that they some of their slang or whatever. So if someone says, you know what I mean, I'm going to say, hey, I can't do this, and this, you know what I mean? So I'm mirroring them, right? Things like that. It's just a bunch of other stuff, man. I've been doing this for years. So.
You have an acronym for building rapport, right? What is that? What's your acronym? You broke it down the other day on the call.
Yeah.
It's 4 R's or...
Yeah, it's... I have it written down. It's form. There it is. It's form. Family, occupation, recreation, motivation.
That's gold. That's gold.
Family, occupation, recreation, motivation. So you want to know all 4 of those things throughout your phone call. That way you can build rapport and you also know what motivates them, so you know how to structure your offer, right? Yeah. So hey, they could be wanting to move closer to family that's in another state, but this property's holding back. So when you structure that call, right, and especially they live in that house, hey Ben, I know you want to move closer to your family. I know it's just you. Hey, what if I paid movers for you, and we took care of your whole move, and we took this property off your hands, and we did it at this price. Would this work for you? So now I'm not just becoming a person that can buy your house. Yeah. I'm becoming a problem solver.
Yep. Service first mentality.
I'm a service, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping you achieve your goal. And that's where you set yourself apart from a lot of people. You become a problem solver.
That's golden. That's golden, bro. So let's talk about the best advice that you will give a new wholesaler stepping into a negotiations, if that's even a freaking word,
Yeah.
negotiation scenario.
Right.
What's the best piece of advice that you could give somebody new in this industry that's starting out?
Seek to understand before being understood.
Boom. I love that. That's one of the 7 habits of highly effective people, bro.
Right.
James Covey.
Exactly.
Or Stephen Covey.
Great book. Should read it. And be empathetic toward people, man. Have a genuine interest in people, right? So whenever somebody's telling me about their house or the problem they have that they need solving, right? I'm thinking like, okay, if I was this person, this is how I would feel. What can I do to help this person out? Right? What solution can I come up with? So I'm really trying to get behind Ben's lens, right? From your point of view, and figure out, okay, how is Ben looking at things? Okay? If I can look at things how Ben looking at things, I can try and figure out a way to solve his problem.
How does he feel?
How does he feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure we understand that person. And then also, you want to feel for that person. You want to be empathetic. So if they're going through some things, hey, I feel for you.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe someone that passed away and they need to sell the house. Right. We're going to connect. I'm going to talk about something, maybe a friend or a family that may have passed away that affected me as well. So now we're connecting. Right. I want to build some sort of connection with you.
Yeah.
So you know that I'm just not an average Joe just trying to buy your house, right? I want you to be able to connect with me and trust me to give you the best option even if it's not with me, right? That's the kind of connection and that's what we make. That's what we make sure that we tell them, hey, Ben, even if I can't help you out, I'm going to still try and find you the best option for you.
Yeah.
That's just the type of thing that we do around here.
That's really good. Yeah. Getting in their shoes, right? Trying to how do they think? What do they need?
Right.
And approaching it as a problem solver,
exactly.
right? Because we're not just here to close deals, but we're here to be a closing, surgical with closing, right?
Solution. We're providing solutions. You
Yeah.
provide that. If you providing that solution to a major problem I have, there's no reason why you wouldn't go with me. Right, so I'm trying to find the solution to help them with all this. Maybe they want to take a vacation, right? Maybe it's not all about them. Maybe they want to take a vacation. So I'm going to surround my offer. Hey, if I buy you these Delta tickets to, let's say Barbados for 3 days with your wife, because I know you said you want to travel, but I can only do it at this price. Would this work for you? Right, and I did offers like that before.
Wow.
Right, I get really creative with my offers and how to solve their problem. One of the last deals that we did in, I think it was October, we paid for this whole lady's move.
Yep.
We paid for her whole move.
I feel like there's 2 different closing styles, right? You have the service first mentality, right? Someone truly coming from a place of service,
right,
trying to understand the seller's pain point, and then intricating their offer around that,
exactly,
right? And then you got what I'll call like the hardcore closer that's like straight to the point, kind of more like the Keith Everett style close where he's very direct, right? Of course, there's a little bit of like empathy and service-based understanding in it, but he's more like to the point. If we're not a good fit, let's get off the call so I can get on with some other.
You see where the magic happens though? It's in between.
Yeah.
You learn how to do all those things in between. You killer, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a killer.
Let's talk about your sales experience inside of the car industry, and I want to touch on 2 sides of that. I want to talk about how you feel like it's developed you and made you a killer closer on the real estate side of things. And let's talk about some small ways that it may have harmed you or held you back from stepping into that, if that's
right.
even the case.
So we'll start with some ways that it may have held me back. So when you're buying a car, it's a lot faster setup.
And it's more of a hardcore close.
It's more of a hardcore close. And so you want things to happen right away, right? It's like, okay, I got all this. All right, now time to close them, right? So it's kind of like a fast stuff. And it's a car. It's not that much bigger. It's a big, product, but it's not as big as a house.
Right.
Right. So
and cars get repoed every day.
Exactly.
Houses stay where they're at.
Houses stay where they're
right.
at. Right. So that would probably be my only caveat, I would say, to that, because a lot of that stuff that I also learned in the car business has helped me when it comes to and a lot of people. I really don't think a lot of people that sell cars, they're salesmen.
Yeah.
Especially if they're genuinely good cars, because I think car salesmen get such a bad rep. But if you find good ones, those guys are solid. They can go into any industry and sweep up the competition. Because you got to think, you're in front of maybe 100 people a month, talking to them about a product. You know how to build rapport fast, right?
Yep.
I meet you on a lot. I gotta look at this guy and I gotta say, hey, my name's Eric. Hey, by the way, I like your hat. Are you from? You might have an Indian hat. Indian hat. Are you from Ohio? Right. So I know how to build rapport.
Yeah.
So you're learning how to build rapport fast. You're also learning how to come over objections fast, right? You're also learning how to be comfortable on the phone. That's a lot of people have a problem with the phone, right? Phone skills. Man, this thing right here can make you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Can make you a lot of money if you know how to use this right? So it teaches you phone skills, man. When I used to work in the car industry, I used to have to make $100,000. And this was my personal goal.
Yeah.
$100,000 a day. 100 calls a day. I'm reaching out to 100 people and trying to talk to them on the phone.
And that's calling individually, right? I'm dialing in the number, sitting, waiting for them to pick up.
100 calls.
Bro. Look at what the game's morphed from there.
Right. If you're doing that and you're learning how to build rapport, you're handling objections, you're learning how to read people, right in front of you. You're marking, you're mimicking, you're mirroring them, right? So you're sitting like this, I'm sitting like this. You're sitting up, I'm sitting up too. Right, so I'm learning how to mirror people because they're right there in front of me. I'm learning how to talk to people. With me, you're learning your own style too. So I have a way over the phone of making people laugh.
Yeah.
So it's going to lighten up the mood if I can crack a joke and I have you laughing. Right? So it really teaches you a lot, especially when it comes to sales, man.
Do they have a CRM or a customer relationship management system that you guys worked on?
Yep. So, which is crazy because I mimic a lot of the stuff I learned from selling cars in my business today.
Yeah.
Form, I got that from when I was selling cars. And I mimic that. Right? Our follow-up systems. Did I get that? Somewhat. Yeah, I got that somewhat from learning how to follow up with people. Right? Certain times to follow up with people in the best time. Not just reaching out to them once, maybe reaching out to them twice or 3 times a day. Right? Because you don't know, they might be busy.
And then taking notes of that, right?
Documenting
in the CRM.
Documenting, hey, I just reached out to this person at 12 o'clock, left a voicemail. Right?
That's gold.
So, again, taking notes. So, let's say I talked to you in October, right, and you had something going on, you were at your kid's baseball game. Here it is, November, I know your kid plays baseball. Hey, how's your kid's baseball season going?
Yeah. Dude, I can speak from personal experience, bro. That crap works.
Yes.
Dude, AdWords nerds. So I've gone through different pay-per-click Google AdWords providers, right? Mm-hmm. AdWords nerds, bro, stands out the most to me because from that very first call that I talked to the sales guy, and my daughter Emerson was being born, right? They took note of that. And so no matter who got on the phone and I was talking with, they'd always ask me, hey, you just had a baby, right? How's little Emerson doing?
Hey, look, touches your heart.
Touches your heart, bro. And knowing what I know because I'm inside of the industry, I'm like, they took note of that. They documented it in the CRM. And now every single person, whenever they pull me up in their file, their customer relationship management file, they got those notes. So they can pull my heartstrings, right?
Exactly.
And so even though the actual service based on what we paid for leads and the conversion rate was probably the worst converting campaign out of any provider I've ever had,
Mm-hmm.
I can't even be mad about it because our sales process was so dang good.
Solid.
So dang
man.
good. You know what I mean?
Solid. That's it, man. It's the little stuff that you do that will get you to the finish line.
Yeah.
Right? So you learn about them. You learn personally. Personally, what's your interest in, your kids, your family. You take notes on all that stuff. You don't just take notes on property and what's going on.
That should be last. That should be last thing on your mind, right?
Right. That should be last. Stuff is still important to document, but hey, I want to know what's going on in your life as well. So if you're not ready to come to the house, if you're not ready for us to buy a house, and you don't remember me, hey, we talked about your kid, he was at the basement. Oh, that's you, Eric.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've gotten that just because I brought up one of our past conversations that we had.
And that shows them that you care.
Right.
That easy. So I'll say this, bro. Business is this simple. Business is simply an exchange, right? It's transacting relationships in the marketplace, right? So instead of thinking about the product or the asset that is going in exchange, right? Think about the relationship, right? Think about the eternal exchange with another individual, right? Could be spiritual, could be personal, emotional. Like you're connecting with somebody, bro. At the end of the day, houses, it's fleeting, right? But our spirits live forever.
Right.
Right? So it's an exchange of value inside of the marketplace. Really that's how business is done, dude.
You gotta connect with people. Got to.
That's golden.
And if you don't know how to connect with people, you gotta learn how to connect with people. You gotta do it fast.
Yep. Adapt or die.
Yep. Absolutely.
So let's talk about future endeavors. Like obviously you're crushing the wholesale game. What's on the horizon? Like do you have other ambitions? Do you want to morph the wholesaling thing to another real estate gig? Drop shipping? Like entrepreneurs were always forward thinking.
Right.
What do the next 5-10 years look like for Eric Bryant?
Man, I'm working on next year, really. Really, just really expanding the wholesale business while that's going good.
Yep.
While the market is doing, I don't know if the market's however everybody else is doing, but for us right now, it's going good. So we're just really just trying to capitalize on that, maybe expand to a couple different other markets and just hit it hard.
Yeah.
Hit it hard.
Put your head down, right?
Put your head down and hit it hard. And sometimes, I get that I work a lot, but it's like I don't want to miss this opportunity. You don't know how long this window that we have is going to be open.
This is harvest season, right?
This is harvest season.
The seeds have been planted, bro. They were getting planted when you maxed out your credit to get into mentorship, right? They're being planted, those first sales calls.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, they're nourished, right?
Exactly.
The water, nourishment, sunlight, sprouting down, little sprouts and buds popping out of the dirt, bro. But right now, it's harvest season, bro.
You got to rake up, man. You got to rake up.
Yeah.
All that hard work that put in his last 2.5, 3 years is starting to, be fruitful. So now it's like, okay, now that I have we're having a good run, and even better. We were already having a good run. Now we're having an even better run. I gotta go hard. I gotta go twice as hard.
Yeah.
Right. Got to. It's only right. And that's the thing. I'm to the point where I'm like, you're not gonna outwork me. Like, had a big week last week, right? Still gonna wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Still gonna get after it. You're not gonna outwork me. Right. That's it, man. That's it. I feel like that's another one of my superpowers. Like a lot of people say they work hard, but I listen to a lot of Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this man's talking about he's waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't get there, but shoot, if I can do 4 o'clock, 4:30, I
you
might
want to succeed as bad as you want to, right?
Right. And if I can get to 4:30, maybe 4 o'clock, I might be able to beat a few people out.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm always gonna work hard, man. I'm gonna work smart now. As well, you work hard, work smart. It's rap. You're gonna start leaving people in the dust.
So, piggybacking on that, what does your routine look like? Let's go through like your morning rituals.
Gotcha. Yeah, which is. I'm glad you asked the question because morning rituals are like, it's like my morning discipline. It gets me in the right mood and sets the tone for my day. Right.
Yeah.
So, morning time I'll wake up. I'll meditate. I'll meditate for 10, 15 minutes. And in that meditation, it just could be just clearing my mind. It could be future visualizations of, how I see the future, right? It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling that day. If I feel like my mind's just kind of everywhere, I might need to just have like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just deep breathing and cleansing, just like my spirit, right? So I'm doing that for 10 to 15 minutes. Right after that, I'm praying, God, thank God for everything I got and everything that's coming, health, without him, nothing goes on, right? So I'm praying. Then I'm working out. Got mind, body, soul, right? So I'm working out. I'm getting my pump in for the day. I don't drink coffee. So, like, the workout, that's my coffee. I got my headphones in. I'm jamming, I'm pumping, I'm running, I'm doing all that for 45 minutes, an hour. I just implemented reading now. I used to hate reading. Now I'm just like kind of like mind hack myself and say, I love reading, right? So now I'm reading 15, 25 pages a day, just depending on where I'm at in the day. Or in the morning, just where I'm at in the morning, and how much time I have left, or how much tasks I have to get done. Then I'm planning out my day. Hey, I got this, and this. Usually I plan out the day before, and then I just revise it that morning. And then I'm getting to work. 6:30, sometimes 6 o'clock. No later than 7. I'm already working.
What time do you wake up?
4:30.
Yeah. You beat me by 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I do hit that snooze and I get to 5, right?
Let me ask you this:
like
when
it happens, but
when you do hit the snooze button, it does something to you psychologically, right?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like the days that you hit the snooze button, that your productivity is a little less productive than the days that you don't?
I haven't really taken any notice to that, though.
Dude, I feel like clockwork, bro. If I hit the snooze button, my productivity levels are not anywhere close to my full potential.
Yeah.
Because it triggers something psychologically in your head. It's like, you're procrastinating. I should get up, but I'll just one more, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. And you're training your brain, dude, to procrastinate, right? And so how we do anything is how we do everything, right? And we're creating small, little habitual patterns that we don't even realize we're doing, right? But it's like the first thing you can do when you wake up, bro, if you just hop out of bed.
Yeah,
boom,
hop out of bed, boom.
Get up. It's like, that's how you set the tone for the day, bro.
Exactly.
I hit the snooze button too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like we're human. It happens.
Yeah, I feel it, bro. I feel the difference.
Yeah. You get up, you get that day started with, and I do try like little hacks too, like put your phone across the room, so you gotta get up once it goes off and things like that. So just certain ways to discipline yourself.
I feel like once you're in the routine, though,
once you're in the routine,
firing off, bro, on all cylinders, it's like, boom, you hop out of bed and you're ready.
Excited. What's the day? What we got today?
Yeah.
Where we going? What can we accomplish?
It's an amazing feeling, bro.
Exactly, man. Love it, man. Love it.
Yeah. Right now, just full transparency in my season of life, I'm fighting for that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I'm in a semi-procrastination state, right? I'm still operating to, I say, my best potential. I'm not nearly there.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, when I was on 75 hard, dude, that thing, you literally operate like a machine, bro. Whole nother gear, right?
So how was that? Because I'm starting that on next year, starting it.
The new year?
New year.
Dude, 75 hard just turned me into a machine.
Animal.
That's the easiest way to put it, bro. It made me, what Andy Frischella says, not listen to your bitch voice. Right?
Yeah, right.
I stopped tuning out to that little voice in the back of my head that's like, you're good. You know, you don't have to do this right now or put it off. That voice that's just kind of whispering seeds of doubt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Procrastination. It makes you bypass that, bro, where you're just making decisions on the fly based on principle, right? Based on where you want to go.
Yeah.
And I think as human beings, if we all operated in that space, dude, the sky's the limit, dude.
Absolutely. Discipline, man.
We should start it, bro, January 1st.
I'm on vacation till the 3rd, so I'm going to give myself a day after I come back from vacation, and then I'm going to do
Let's get a little accountability group,
Oh,
bro.
yeah. Andrew's in, and I know Andrew's in on it, too.
That's what's
So
up.
I'm with it. I'm going for it. Because I think, doing that and then scaling at the same time,
Go hand in hand.
Just go hand in hand, man. It's going to take you places. Doing it because you're going to be on a different level of focus. You're going to be zoned in. You're going to be locked in. No procrastinating. Because once you get into those routines and they're solid, it's like you come in, you know exactly what to do. It's just your mind's just in a different zone.
Yeah. Would you say, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, it takes a lot of bandwidth, right? Like,
a lot.
Do you ever have the days where it's like 3-4 o'clock and your mind's just like, whoa, you're wonked out, bro? Either staring at a screen or just thinking about the 10,000 activities that need to be done, trying to focus on one, but in the back of your head, there's all these different...
Yeah.
Dude, it's exhausting sometimes, huh?
It is. And don't get me wrong, I have days like those, and it's like, man, I'm done for today. Like, we all have those days, like, I'm done, but it's okay to be done for the day. Like, you just got a lot going on, you're not focused. You just come back the next day and hit it hard.
Mm-hmm.
There's been plenty of days I'm like, all right, man, it's just so much crap going on. I can't do it no more. Like, I'm it. But the next day, I've always woke up, went at it, smack hard.
And you started with your mindset routine, right?
Exactly.
You didn't skip that because that's paramount. You skip that, you're done.
It's a wrap. And when I do find myself getting out of that routine, I feel myself getting sluggish.
Yeah.
Right. I feel it just my whole body's out of whack. Like you didn't have your coffee.
Yeah.
Right. That morning routine, that's my coffee. That's how I get started.
Straight up.
That's it. Gotta have it, man. That's how my engine gets running. Once I do that, I'm ready to attack the day. Because I gotta be ready for my people now. It's not just me. Now, it was me, I could, maybe slack off a little bit more. Even though I was never doing that, I've always been trying to do things with a sense of urgency. Now that I have people behind me, and I have people that I'm responsible for their families, cutting a check, I'm like, dang, I can't even slack off even if I wanted to.
Yeah, they're counting on you. Counting on you to put food on the table, bro.
I used to work Saturdays and Sundays, but now it's like working Saturdays and Sundays is not a thing. I got to make sure they're straight. I got to make sure we ready for the work week on Monday.
So you take off Saturday and Sunday, just...
So Saturdays we work probably half a day, and half a day is probably like 3 o'clock. Sundays, it's like, okay, I got to get my life together.
Yep. Yep.
Do all
you need that rest day, bro.
Right, you need the rest day. But Sunday night, I'm making sure, like, okay, maybe an hour before, I'm planning out my week. I'm setting the goals for the next week. I'm just making sure that I have everything in order to get ready to go the following week. It's like my planning stage before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Every Sunday. Every Sunday. So I do get a little bit of time off, but like Sundays is mainly like my day that I take off. Because if I work Sundays, I can feel it through the week. I feel myself getting sluggish on day. Every time I work like those weekends, I feel myself getting sluggish on like day 10 or day 12. One of those days, and then now I got to take a day off in the middle of the week.
Yep. Your body will tell you, bro. You got to listen to it, right?
I had to take a day off in the middle of the week, and I'm like, okay, I just can't do it today. I got to take off.
What's the best piece of advice that anyone's ever given to you?
I've been given a lot of advice, man.
That's a hard one, huh?
Best piece of advice that anybody's ever?
That question would have caught me off guard too, bro.
Man.
I don't know how I'd answer it.
I'll tell you one of the best, and why it hit me so hard is because I was living in that moment. Shout out my man Chris Jefferson, another one of my mentors. He always said, it's okay to be at your rock bottom. You can get comfortable with it because think about it, ain't nowhere else but to go but up.
Yeah.
Right? Ain't nowhere else but to go but up. So if you at your rock bottom, you're like, dang, ain't nothing else that this is terrible, this is bad.
But, and there's always a but after it, right?
If I keep working, ain't nowhere else but to go but up.
Yeah.
And so when he used to tell me that used to hit me because I'm like, okay, this can't last forever. Something's gonna give, and it ain't gonna be me. So if you're at your rock bottom, it's okay.
There's no place to look but up.
It ain't no place but to look but up. Ain't no place but to go but up. So keep climbing. E.T., you know, I listen to Eric Thomas is actually like my morning alarm clock.
Yeah.
One of his things is alarm clock, and one of his things he always says is, "You going through hell? Why would you stop? Why are you gonna stop there? Keep going. Ain't no reason. You better keep up and keep walking, man.
Yeah.
It's okay to fall. Just make sure you get up. Keep walking." But because I feel like during like these business, a lot of us as business people and entrepreneurs, especially when you're first starting out, it's creating that thick skin. So that's just the universe tests you, asking, are you gonna fold? You gonna fold now? I'm gonna lay this on. You gonna fold now? How you gonna act? Right?
You're not gonna unlock that next level to success until you crack that code, right? At the current level where you're at. You can't skip a step, right? You can't. So you got to put in the work, right? You got to take the punches. You got to have the tenacity to never give up, right? But commit to it. Because like you said, like the universe, it's almost like it's testing you. Like, is he really ready to unlock the next level of this game?
Exactly.
Because the responsibilities are going to be far greater. The challenges are going to be far greater. He's going to carry a whole lot more stress, and there's going to be a lot more people counting on him.
Exactly.
Is he ready for this burden? Are you ready for it, right?
That's it, bro. And you look back, you like, dang, that testament and the stuff that and it's like a cheat code, though. It's like a cheat code, man, because you get to that next level, you're like, dang, this stuff is so easy. Is it really this easy?
Yeah.
You thinking I'm waking up, man, this can't be this easy right now, man. But I look back on all the stuff that I've been through, like, dang, yeah, I went through a lot to get here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, we used to be hyped about like 40K months. Now I'm like, dang, we only did 40K month.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy, huh?
Like,
sometimes I trip out, dude. I'm like, looking back. Dude, I think a curse of being an entrepreneur, it's like you're never content. Right? So even when you're hitting the 100, 200K months, sometimes, bro, it's like you're so forward focused that you forget to look back and realize how far you've come, bro.
Right? It's crazy. It's crazy. And so that used to be the goal, but now that's like when your old goals become like pretty much failures in your next month. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to work to that point.
Yeah. How do you constantly work towards creating a better version of yourself, right?
Set higher goals, man.
Mamba.
Like, gotta set higher goals, man. So, for example, like one of our things, we're gonna just hire a bunch of acquisition people coming up here soon, just to expand.
When you say a bunch, how many are you looking at your team?
Maybe like 6 more.
Sheesh.
Like 6 more. Because now we have once you have a process, right? You just plug and play. Of course, little stuff is going to come up in between, but you have a given process that gives you a set number. Now you got to do is pick it up, find the market that you want to implement it in, and go from there. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be challenges in between, but I have faith. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out.
Straight up. How many markets you plan on deploying with that?
See, now I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure. We're still doing like data analysis and seeing which ones that we want to do. That's just a rough number.
And you're taking this model from other teams, big time players, right, that are already producing the results, that are putting big time numbers on the board. So you're simply like modeling, right? So success is really just looking at somebody that's already achieving the results that you're seeking. You model their process. You model what they're already doing. No reason to recreate the system, right?
No, why are you gonna recreate the wheel? Just mimic it and make it better.
I'm gonna follow you.
Put rims on it.
I'm gonna follow you in the battle.
Don't recreate the wheel. Get it and put rims on it, man.
Yeah.
Make it better.
Straight up. I dig that. Yeah.
You
Just
know?
soup it up a little bit. Put a turbocharger on it.
There you
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So that's all we're doing. We're mimicking other people's processes, and we're going to implement it in ours.
Yeah.
We have an acronym. And I'm sure everybody is. As kids, it's just keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
No need to overcomplicate it. Keep it as simple as possible.
I think wholesalers have a way of taking simple concepts and overcomplicating the process.
Mm-hmm.
That's speaking for myself, dude, because I'm like,
I
feel like I'm the master of systems, and then you create this big, all clunky machine.
Everything's everywhere now.
How are you going to build a flying machine, dude, if it's clunking on the ground, right? If you really want to elevate, you got to build something that's swift and easy and smooth.
Everybody can read it. Everybody can understand it.
Yep.
So we want to keep everything as simple as possible. So when the next person comes in, they can read it and okay, all right, this is my duty. Okay, this is how I do it. All right, boom, it's ready to go. Bring the next person in. Just read it. All right, boom, ready to go.
And then you're raising up leaders inside of the organization, right?
Exactly.
Like vertically integrating. Okay, let's take my leader, who's showing those skills, who's got the hunger, who understands our process. Boom, you got the roadmap. Build the team underneath you, right? Mm-hmm. Now you're building pillars inside of your business.
Exactly. That's it.
That's golden. That's how you scale and escape, dude.
Exactly. I like that. Scale and escape. That's all 2022. Scale and escape.
Yeah. That's Can't Clothier all day. Scale and escape.
There you go.
Dude, that's it, bro. That's how you scale your business and escape the rat race, and you escape the gravity that's holding you right here, right, where you can reach that altitude, bro. Mm-hmm. And then once you get up there, soaring, bro.
Man, that's why you gotta set the goals high, man. You gotta set them so high that they scare you. So
straight up.
I set a number, and I'm like, oh dang, this is a tough number. I can get it, but it's gonna be some work.
Yeah.
You know. So.
I love it, bro. I'm excited to watch the journey, man.
Oh yeah, man. It's gonna be a heck of a journey next year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be exciting. We'll see. See what comes up.
We'll have some cool stories to share at the mastermind, bro.
Oh yeah.
Maxing out on Lake Tahoe. Feet up, dude.
Feet up in a hot tub.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about the camaraderie that you build inside of the space, right? Mm-hmm. I think most entrepreneurship circles, right? Players that are truly like looking to elevate their game, like you talked about, investing in your business, investing in people and relationships. Cool just to come together, bro, at the end of the year, beginning of the year, whenever you do it, celebrate your wins, right? But then lay out the blueprint and figure out how you're going to truly elevate to that next level.
Exactly.
Proximity is power, bro.
Gotta, like you said, the network, the connections, the people, yourself. I think if you do all those things, you're like,
there's no way you can't win. No way you can't win.
Man. You just connected to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody you need to be connected to, you're connected to. Focus on yourself, you invest in yourself, you invest in mentors, coaches, personal coaches, one-on-one, masterminds, relationships. Now you have a network, so you can reach out to any one of those 4 people to help you out. You have 4 things to help you out, man. You're going to win. You're setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up to get the dub. Bring it home.
Bring home the dub.
Bring home the dub, baby. You know.
I love it, bro.
That's simple.
That was some solid stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
I think people are gonna get a lot out of that, a lot of value. I appreciate you coming
Thank you,
out,
man.
man.
I
Nothing
appreciate
but
you having
love.
me, bro.
You already know, bro.
Appreciate you having me.
This is only the beginning.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to come out, bro, during summer. Come max out some Lake Murray life, bro. We'll bring out pontoon, some jet skis, and just tear it up.
Man. I'm with that.
Tear it up.
I'm with that.
I want to get a tent, dude, and we'll set up shop on one of the islands. I've gone as far as thinking I could bring out a generator, bring my DJ equipment, and dude, we just set up on one of these islands and just kick it, dude. Play some music.
That'd be dope.
That's living life right there, bro.
Hell yeah.
We'll make
I'm
it
with
happen.
that. Hey, let me know. That'll be my weekend escape next summer.
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
I like the Columbia area, man. It's always nice
It's slower pace, bro.
Yeah, slower pace. You get out the usual, the norm. You know, we was working and then we stopped, went fishing into the lake for a little break.
Yeah.
It's very dope, man. So it's cool, man. I like
Simple
it's like
life.
a little simple life, you know.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Love it. Hey, you're only 3 hours away, bro.
Yeah. That's I'm always here, and it's the stop on the way to my mom's house too. So I gotta come straight through here. So I might as well just stop.
Yeah. Columbia's gonna be the hub, dude.
Yeah, man.
The little midway hub.
Yeah, midway hub to my parents, my mom and dad's house in Virginia. So I'm always here. Love being here. Love being all friends here. So
that's what's up, man. Well, you guys, until we see you on the other side, stay great. Stay in the game, and again, never give up.
Never give up. Hey, bet on yourself. You don't know. You just might hit the jackpot.
Let's go.
Double down, bet on yourself, hit the jackpot. Come out winning.
Come out winning. Get that dub. We out.